Welcome everybody to the first ever Roundtable. My name's Luke.
What's up, Luke?
What's up, Luke?
Sup, mate?
How's
Who
it
we got
going?
today? We got Ghost and Dread. Say hi.
Hello,
Howdy.
co-hosts.
That's right.
Co-hosts.
Co-hosts, but more importantly, good mates.
Good
Mm-hmm.
mates. Good
Mhm.
mates and co-hosts.
That was a little
Put
bit
that on your
sucky, wasn't it?
gravestone. All right. Well,
So-
first things first. Thank you everybody for tuning in. We also wanted to thank everyone for all the support on Twitter, Telegram, YouTube. If you guys aren't following us on Twitter, make sure you give us a follow. And join the Telegram community. We're going to be in there just discussing everything and anything and giving you some ideas back if you've got any. So
It
today we
definitely
just
is a collaborative environment, so
Yeah,
all
yeah.
all inputs are welcome. And I just want to say as well, I've just noticed like how unique this community is already after not even a full I don't know, has it been a full week since we've actually launched?
Yeah, I think so. Almost.
Yeah,
Almost.
almost.
But not even. So not even a full week after, I think our fingerprint on what what our community is like is kind of unmatched. It's already unique, and it's only going to
Mm.
grow more and more variegated from there. So I really look forward to seeing how we all develop and take this collaboration forward.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So
It's
I
fun.
think today what we're going to be doing is we're just going to be jumping into kind of like giving you guys an overview of what we've kind of got like planned and what like the vision is for this channel and this community. And so yeah, we were kind of just going to like dive into it, but we kind of also wanted to like mention the tone. We're kind of going to be like casual, chill back, just kind of like mates talking, like a round table. It's not going to be like overly structured. It's not going to be overly intense or professional or anything. It's just going to be like a few people chatting about a few topics and stuff like that and just having fun basically.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think it's good to unpack that a bit because I
Mm.
feel like with crypto and the content around crypto, it's very much one note. Like
Yeah.
there's if there's a project, there's an interview. We have an interview or we have an AMA. It's either one of those two things, and it's a very structured interview. We have questions and you answer the questions, and that's it. But I don't really enjoy that content, and I know you guys don't really enjoy that content, and I know there's a bunch of guys out there who don't enjoy that content either.
Mm.
So I like the aspect of having conversations. And I feel like there's so many personalities in crypto. There's so many people behind the scenes that we don't know about. We know the CEO, we may know the CTO, or the marketing person, or the I don't know, the community manager. But there's so many more people working on these projects that we never hear about. And why not talk to those guys? Why not have a big open discussion with the CEO? Why not have a real discussion, in a nice roundtable environment where everyone can say what they think and we're not just sticking to predetermined questions. So it's kind of, I feel like this roundtable is kind of born out of a desire for different content in the crypto space. That's how I see it personally.
Mm.
I like the relaxed flowed kind of, because how many times do we get on a call, us three, and just
Just
kind of
riff.
shoot the shit. Yeah,
Just
Yeah.
riff.
we just kind of let loose, and then we have so many cool conversations. And I can't count how many times we said, imagine if that was recorded."
Yeah. Every
You know?
time.
Yeah.
Every time. It's like we go on to talk about something and it'll be like an hour before we get to what we want to talk about. Before someone says, hang on, wait a minute, let's be productive. It's
Yeah.
like just send it. That's good.
It's actually been like over a year, I think, since we've been doing that. I mean, it all starts with quant, of course, but like now we're in a position to where we can really take it wherever we wish, especially as the Overledger network is coming live, and the number of projects that can interoperate will kind of proliferate, and that means also the number of projects that we can talk about uh, with that are related to that original genesis is will also grow. And so it's like I think it's a pretty iconic time to for Dred's vision really to launch this thing, and really it's all his idea. Like he's the one who's pushed this pretty much the hardest,
I
and with
wouldn't
plenty
say
of help on the back end. So
I wouldn't say it was totally my idea. I think, I mean, this is sort of something I've always wanted to do. I think years and years ago, I was very much into video games, and I had a similar idea to do this, but didn't really have the people around me, didn't really have, the money to do so. And when having calls with you guys and realizing that you had a lot of the same ideas that I had, and we had the same conversations and the same desires, it was clear to me that we could probably make something like this work. And that was important to me. You want to make sure you're doing it with someone who shares the same vision as you and has the same drive. So
yeah, man.
I think we're all on the same page, and that's the most important thing. And I do want to say, there's 3 people talking, but there's a 4th person here right now. And if a lot of people, maybe they listen to Joe Rogan podcast, they have Joe Rogan, he turns up, he sits there and he talks whilst he has a guy called Jamie behind the scenes, and Jamie's pulling all of the strings and doing all the hard work. And we have our very own Jamie. We have Felix working behind the scenes, and he's pulling all the strings. So say hi, Felix.
He can remain silent.
He can remain.
You're supposed to be pulling the strings.
Hey, even a master manipulator gets his strings tangled up once in a while.
Damn, that's a good quote.
You know what? You know what I would just comment on? Geez, that new mic Ghost has got. Oh man, that voice is just coming through something else, isn't it, Jared? Oh, jeez.
They normally sound like shit.
I do. I absolutely do.
Got the hurricane behind him.
It's a Shure M7. It's sick. And
I can't tell you how many times I've been on a call with Ghost, and I don't know what time it is there, and then I'll hear some Russian and some wind going. I'm like, what are you doing, man? And he'll be like, oh, I'm driving, or like, I'm taking a walk through the mountains. I'm like, what time is it there? He's like, it's 3 a.m. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? It's like, this is so crazy.
Dude, you can't blame me. I like walking and talking. That's
yeah.
I can't take this sort of mic walking and talking. Or well, actually, no, I actually could. I actually could if I really wanted to.
No,
really?
That'd be crazy.
Is it wireless?
No, but I could I don't know. I could figure something out.
Hook up a rig, a backpack rig.
Either a backpack rig or some kind of micro USB to USB-C onto my phone, and then just go from there.
Oh my god, that's such a good idea for a program. Walking with Ghost, and you could have a camera in front of you, walking around just talking about crap.
Dude, I think everyone will agree that you do your best thoughts when you're put your phone down. You go for a walk and you just let your mind wander, and that's that's where the good stuff comes.
When I was young, the idea of going for a walk was my idea of hell. Whenever we'd be kids and I'd be playing my game or something, and then my dad or my mum would be like, come on, we're going for a walk. I'd be like, why are we going for a walk? We could be doing so much interesting, cool shit. And it would just be a walk around some trees or a field or something, But now I fucking love it. I love going just for a walk, And maybe that's just something about getting old, right?
Dred's inner boomer showing up.
Yeah. But I do that to my daughter now. I'm like, put your game down. We're going for a walk.
Yeah, man.
There's something really freeing. Yeah, you're totally right. You do your best thinking when you're going for a walk.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you're with nature.
Oh baby. Don't even get me started.
I bet where you are there's some nice walks, right?
Yeah, it depends on where I am, but absolutely. And sometimes you have to go a bit. But yeah. Right now I'm in Texas, and it's we're at the sweltering stage, but yet our forests haven't yet started wilting. So because we haven't hit consistent 100-degree Fahrenheit plus weather, so it's still kind of nice.
What's 100 Fahrenheit and Celsius? Because we don't do Fahrenheit.
40.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh, so. That's so hot.
Oh, sorry, 37. That's 30. 100 is 37.
That's okay then.
37. Oh, that's not too bad. 37 is right. 40. Well,
yeah. We're on different ends of the spectrum because I look at 40 as That is so goddamn hot. I would die in that weather. Luke looks at that as, oh, it's a bit
Oh,
chilly
it's
out.
okay. It's a
Well, it's not bad.
nah. It's been chilly over
Nah.
there though this winter
Oh
for you.
yeah, yeah. It's the El Nino, man. I'm telling you, I'm serious about that. You know how like there's El Nino and El Nino, like
La
one's like colder
Nina,
and wetter. I
La
don't know
Nina,
what it.
the
Hey,
girl
hey,
and the boy.
hey.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
La Nina,
Anyway,
yes.
it's the cold one. It's the cold one this time. But
It's
dude,
La
it's really
Nina.
cold. Like it's the coldest it's probably been here in, I would say probably like 8 years. I reckon. Like it's dead cold.
That's
But
crazy.
what is like? Give me an example of a temperature, a cold temperature,
Alright, I'll
for
tell
you.
you what the temperature is right now. Well,
And
for
it's
me,
cold.
anything under like anything under like 20 degrees is cold. But it's
Oh,
like but hey, nah. It's probably like it's been like 5 to 10 degrees. Like right now it's 12 degrees and it's what like 9:15 a.m. I mean, it's not like overly cold, but like for me that's cold.
crazy.
I don't know. Australia's crazy, man. Like where I live, like we can get summers where it's like literally 50 degrees, and then in winter it can be like snowing like an hour away. It's like it's ridiculous.
I bet all the
How do you
listeners never expected that this would be the content they'd be getting when they signed up
Nah,
for the roundtable.
true.
This is the content you're going to be getting. I
Actually,
think
announcement to make.
What's up?
I've just booked a snow trip, and I've never been to the snow, so I'm quite excited. Going
Yo,
for
ever.
5 days. I've never
well,
been in the snow.
you've
Well, I
never
went
seen
when I
snow.
was 3. I was when I was 3, but that doesn't count. I mean, come on.
It
I
kind of
was like,
counts.
what?
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, I have been
Mate,
to the snow day
if
when I
you
was 3.
find anything under 20 chilly, you're in for a fucking shock
Oh,
when
dude.
you
Really?
touch that snow.
Yeah, I'm gonna be
Yeah.
cold.
Snow is
You
cold, man.
you need to like wear like 2 layers, 3 layers, and gloves and a hat. So
Gloves, but not so you know you can get proper like outdoor gloves. Well, you probably don't know actually because you live in like the stupidly hot country. But
Mm,
so not fabric. No, not fabric. Not like cloth gloves. You don't want to wear them because they'll just soak through straight away. You want to
mm.
wear like proper, you know,
Snow gloves.
outdoor wear snow gloves. Yeah, because otherwise you
Yeah,
think like you'll be out in it for a couple of minutes and then your fingers get all cold and then you just be like, I just want to go in. This is crap. My
yeah.
fingers hurt. You know.
Um, good
Never
advice.
ever you've never touched snow.
No, not that I can remember. Like as I
That's
said, I was like 3.
that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
it's
I don't
something
know.
else, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna be
Like
doing
fresh.
snowboarding.
Here's the thing. Like, did you see those pictures I sent you over this past winter when I
Yeah.
went skiing?
It was gorgeous.
Fresh powder is like unbelievable. Like it is something else. Like, are you gonna be skiing? Or are you just gonna go up to where the snow is? Like,
No, I'm gonna be snowboarding. So my mate's like
sick.
he's pretty good. Like he did a full like season up at the snow
Hmm.
and stuff. So like you work up there, you live up there for like 3 months.
Hmm.
So he's kind of, he's what they would call in the business a bit of a pro,
A bit of a
But
pro.
I'm like super uncoordinated. Like I can't even play like basketball. I'm terrible. So I'll probably break my neck or something. It'll be pretty fun. I'll send you
Nah,
pics from
dude.
the
Nah, dude. Be like, come on. You can do it. You'll be great.
yeah. I'm
It's
gonna
all learning
snowboard.
experience.
Snowboarding or skiing.
Just land on your ass.
Well, all right. Well, here's
Like
what it is.
don't land
Everyone's
on your
told
head.
me everyone's told me that skiing's easier, but I mean, come
Yeah.
on. I mean, like ripping it with a snowboard, like you guys got to do it. Like it'd be way cooler. You know what I mean?
It looks hard.
He's just like he's an idiot. He's gonna hurt himself.
He's gonna hurt himself.
Yeah. That's all. Oh. Anyway.
Yeah. I think that this discussion brings up it's a good example that we're all in completely different places in the world. And like for in terms of getting this started, the roundtable, ideas wise, it's been great because
Mm.
we have so many cool ideas and we'll go into them in a bit. And we all butt heads with branding, it's pretty cool, and we all want to get things going, but time zone wise, it's been a nightmare because I'm from the UK. You probably guessed by my common voice. I'm from the UK. We have Ghost in America.
Hmm.
We have Felix in Germany, I think.
Mm.
And
Mhm.
then we have Luke all the way on the other side of the world in Australia. So we're in
Yeah.
completely different time zones. And logistically, it's been a nightmare. And I said at the very first meeting we had about this, I said that was going to be the problem, and it has proved to be the case, time zone
We'll
wise.
we'll
Yeah.
have to
It'll get
like
better.
either. I mean, there's a couple options for us. We can either like alternate so that you're, for example, not the only person that's like streaming at like midnight or over, and or we can make it really consistent so that like this everyone can kind of cement their schedules around this. So
Yeah.
um,
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
I'll
mm.
think we'll figure it out. I got one more thing to say about that. What's the hottest it gets to in the UK then, Dread?
Oh, that was
Like, what's a
recently.
hot day for you?
Well, we had the hottest day we've ever had, and that was 37. But that was
What?
that was ridiculously hot. Like people were like, we have a thing in the UK where we'll moan about the weather constantly because it's always drizzly, it's always grey and crap. So we'll always be
Mm,
like, oh, yeah, I wish it gets sunny. The moment it gets sunny, that very day, we'll moan about how hot it is. And we'll be
that's
like,
crazy.
it's too hot, I wish it would get cooler. But like
Mm,
37 is stupid. That's it's the hottest we've ever
Dread.
had, I think.
There's like a point in which you like you don't complain anymore. You just switch over to like it's almost like you're in like a sauna. You just got to treat it like, oh, it's like I'm in a sauna outside.
I
I'll
hate
tell you,
Like
saunas, mate. I hate
you can't
saunas.
look at it any other way.
No.
I'll tell
I
you one story, and then we'll get back on track, and we'll talk about like the vision and stuff a little bit. But
Mhm.
for me, I think it was like not last year, maybe the year before. We were down the coast with my mates. So it was like at the beach or something. It was like 48 degrees, right? 48, and we're like, obviously we're going to the pub, but there's only like one pub on like this in this area on the beach. So like it was like jam packed because everyone. It was like a Saturday. Like everyone was there trying to like get cool, have a beer. So we were like forced outside into like the heat. My God, man. Like I was there for like 2, maybe 3 hours. And like I'm an avid water drinker. Like I honestly thought I had diabetes because I drink so much water.
He's a water
And I was like,
enthusiast.
I'm a water enthusiast. Like I was sculling water, sculling beer. And I'm like, I honestly don't feel well. Like we actually had to leave. But the worst part is we had to walk back to my mate's house. It was probably like a 30-minute walk from the pub.
oh,
And so we go to like the bottle. There's like a drive-through bottle. I don't know if you guys have those over there. We have like drive-through bottlers in Australia. It's pretty sick. We just like walked up and we grabbed like I don't know what it was. It would have been like it almost. I reckon it may have been like a slab of beer, or maybe like 20 beers or something between like 5 of us. And by the time we like got back to the house in 30 minutes, all the beer was gone. We just drank them all on the way home because like if you didn't, like you would literally just like be dehydrated. It was like so hot. It was
oh.
brutal.
Dude, beers make me thirsty.
Really.
Yeah, dude. It doesn't quench my thirst at all. I'm more thirsty after a beer.
Hmm. I thought beer
So,
made you dehydrated. Is
yeah.
Oh,
that
well,
right?
it's a thirst quencher for me, man.
All right.
It's well
Well,
talk.
if the water enthusiast says so, we got to believe him.
Nothing quenches my thirst.
Can I just say, I went to an osteopath the other day, and I'm really excited about it. I've been talking, everyone I've been talking to recently, I've been telling them about it. Do you know what an osteopath is?
Yeah,
Mate,
yeah, that's like the isn't that like the overall wellness person? Or am I
Yeah, isn't
thinking?
that like whole like wellness, like not prescription meds, but more herbal?
no, it's like
Bones.
yeah, it's like it's basically like so they look at your body and then basically just fix it. They just like fix your the way
What
you're
does that mean?
standing, the way your bones are, like where your muscles, they kind of like sort your muscles out. Like holy shit, this was good. Like
Like a
really good.
chiropractor.
Yeah,
Chiropractor?
kinda like a
Right, right.
chiropractor. I mean, maybe Felix can get a a description of an osteopath. I can put it
Is
on the
this like
screen.
posture correction or like
Hey,
what are we
Jamie, pull that
talking?
up.
Pull it up, Jamie. Osteopath. Um, yeah. So like, so she basically got me to stand next to a door, and then she just looked at my spine for a bit, and then she was just like, "Yeah, you're all twisted." I was like, well, I don't feel twisted. But like she said, the bottom of
Mm,
my spine was twisted and I had
mm,
like a bulge in the middle of my back. And
Mm,
she was like, because you're probably on computers a lot, maybe you're overcompensating when you're holding the mouse. So you're stretching
mm,
for it. And then
mm,
your shoulders are kind of compensating for that. So they're trying to put it back and your spine's just getting twisted. Anyway, right? She got me on a table and she started like cracking away. She was massaging me.
mm.
She was doing all of this stuff, and I felt amazing when I got out of there. Like, I've never.
Yeah.
So I'm 31, and I've never had
Mm.
a massage in my life.
really?
Really?
Oh,
Yeah,
damn.
I know. So
Oh,
this was a
what's the missus
totally.
doing?
I know. Tell me about it. But no, this was
Yeah,
like a totally new experience for me, right?
yeah,
And
yeah.
I had acupuncture. You ever had acupuncture?
I've
Nah,
never.
not.
Well, actually, yeah, I have. I have before, once.
Mate.
It's good. It's good. It's not. I'm not in much pain because I'm in pretty good shape.
Ugh.
But I can
Oh,
see
like,
how it could help someone who is in chronic pain.
well,
Uh,
not a chronic pain, but I was like a little bit sore. But like acupuncture is oddly pleasant.
oh yeah.
Like
Well, it's
it's
Mm,
objective. It objectively releases like certain endorphins. I forgot which ones, but it definitely does something in the nervous system for sure.
mm, it's cool, man,
Yeah,
because they're
yeah.
sticking needles in you. That's like
Something that's like over here that's starting to like gain traction is not osteopathy necessarily in and of itself, but it's like something called fascia training. Do you know what that is? Like fascia.
no.
So like fascia can is like basically the connectomy of your like skeletal structure. Like it's like underlies like it's what connects the muscles and bones all together. It's like and it's kind of like you basically have this like body memory that's like embodied in your fascia. And as you lift weights, do all this other stuff, you're not just growing muscles, you're also training how you are holding yourself. And so like uh, a lot of people like they're focused on like joint pain or they're focused on like muscle growth, but what the first thing they should actually focus on is actually like breaking down habitual fascia that's like preventing them from growing that new muscle properly, or like that's inducing this chronic pain, and then it kind of reorienting that fascia and kind of like as you're firing, you're kind of like making this like new pathway, you're kind of resculpting your body. So it's probably really similar to like what you're talking about, except it's not just someone manipulating you. You're actively yourself through like exercises, like breaking it down and then rebuilding back up.
Mm.
mm.
Mhm.
And that's a new thing.
Yeah, yeah, it's relatively new. Like the focus on fascia, like alone.
Interesting.
Um, yeah,
And
it's
that's weird.
it is weird. It is weird. Like look it up,
Mm.
fascia.
Mate, I'm fine, mate. She sorted me out. I'm fresh as I feel 20 again.
Good, man. I'm
I
happy
don't
for
know.
you, dude.
I feel like you.
You gotta keep it going though,
Yeah.
Uh, it's like if you keep doing the same thing that led you there, no matter how many times she does it, you're just gonna keep going back to her and having to do it over and over again. So
Yeah.
it's great that she's shown you like, oh, this is how you can be when you're like you're not like Quasimodo, dude. So
Yeah. So, right, Luke,
Yo,
I've got a question for you.
shoot.
What is the round table?
Oh, so I'm just gonna shoot the shit. Hear me out. So
Give me your interpretation. What is the round table?
my interpretation is we're trying to build a community that isn't just like focused on like a single avenue or like a single thing, but more like a wider, kind of almost like a wider ecosystem in crypto where people can, talk FA, talk TA, talk about chiropractors, talk about osteopath, but like have fun doing it at the same time. Like I find like the biggest thing for me in crypto that is like a standout for me. Like obviously like investing in stuff at a young age is good too. But like the friends and people you meet is like incredible. Like I met both of you through crypto, and like it's almost like a blessing. You know what I mean? I feel like on this journey, like you should have a friends, you should have a close community, you should have fun. Like it makes the journey better. And I feel like for me, the roundtable was like a medium where people can get engaged, because there's lots of nice and genuine people out there who just don't have like a way to get engaged. Like you join these like Telegram groups, and like I've been a part of Telegram groups, it's like like quant or something like that, and they're all like focused on quant, or like there's not really a community where people can just like hang out in crypto. Like there's crypto Twitter and stuff like that, but it's like it's kind of like, I don't know, it's a bit hostile, like something where like people just jump on and like play CS:GO, or we do a poker game or something like that. But then like some nights we just like talk about some news that's coming up, or we interview a CEO or something. Like I don't know, I just feel like a community, for me the roundtable was where anyone and everyone's allowed to join. We just spread ideas, we have fun doing it. And yeah, that's pretty much all that's pretty much what I'm thinking.
Mm.
It's pretty cool.
I feel like a lot of that is not possible elsewhere, really, because of tribalism, right?
Yeah.
So we see so much tribalism in crypto because everyone's got their own project, and everyone's put their money where their mouth is, and they're invested, and they want their investment to work out. And if your one works out, maybe my one doesn't work out as much, so I need to downplay your one and say my one's better. And it's kind of like sports teams,
Yeah. It's kind of like isolating people, you know what I mean? Like, and like, I get it. Like, I do get it. I mean, and it's tough, like there is definitely reasons to like some projects over others and stuff like that. But a lot of the time, the way people like discuss it or come about it is like the wrong way. In my opinion, like people should be wanting success for others. And I feel like that's kind of like, for me, if I was to like put it in words, like Roundtable was like an avenue where people can discuss everything and anything, as I said, and that like brings people together. You know what I mean? Like if you like Hathor, or if you like fucking Phantom, or you're like, Pancake Swap, I don't care, like tell me about it. Like you don't have to put your money in something, you know what I mean? But I feel like it's just like the idea of like sharing ideas and thoughts shouldn't be seen as something like hostile to others, you know what I mean? It should be like, I feel like that's like the way it comes off a lot of time. Like someone will say something about some project they don't like, and immediately it's like hostile. But if you were like talking to someone on the street and they told you about like a new stonk or something like that, you're not going to be like immediately at their throat with a knife, are you? You're going to be, oh, that's cool, but like it's not for me, or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't know.
even like if you was talking to someone at, I don't know, a job, or on the street, and they said, I really like apples, and you liked oranges more, you wouldn't be like, well, I fucking love oranges more. Do you know what I mean? You
Sell
just,
those apples. Buy my
yeah, no.
oranges.
What, you a fucking idiot? You eat apples? Like you just be like, okay, cool. I don't quite like them, but I don't care. It's just, I feel like the community aspect and bringing people together, So my kind of definition of what the roundtable is kind of, it's a place to spread creativity, engage community, entertain, but most of all, it's really a a hub to just do cool shit, you know,
Yeah.
to just do cool shit, bring people together, spread ideas, educate, try and help
And
people, not just in crypto, because this space is just full of pitfalls, and there's new people coming into the space. And this is something that goes back to kind of around the first thoughts of this. I kind of felt like, what's it like for a new person to come into the space? Because we all came into the space a long time ago, right? We're talking 4+, 5+ years, whatever. Or we were at different entry points. But back then, there was a certain, when I came in was 2017, and it was different to what the space is now. And I was trying to think of what's it like for people coming in now. And, because crypto got on more awareness, friends and family started coming into the space and asking, well, what should we do? And you start listening to their perspective when they enter this space. And, I had friends saying, Dread, they didn't say Dread, they said my real name. But hey, Dread, you know,
Chad.
have you heard of this Elongate? Or have you heard of Safe Moon? Or Doge is supposed to be a really good project. It's only worth the perspective that new people
Mate.
have when they enter the space, and it's
Mm,
dangerous. It's dangerous, and
it is.
and I I felt like, is there a place where new people enter into space where they could be taken care of, and engage
Yeah.
with people who actually knew what they were talking about and actually understood the space and could tell them what to steer clear of and tell them, you know, maybe don't look at it like this, maybe try and look at it like this. And
Mm,
that's what I think the round table could become, you know.
yeah.
It could be a good entry point, but also for people who are into the space in a big way, they'll get something out of it and they can speak with like-minded people and have a damn good time doing it.
Mm,
That's kind of how I see the roundtable. It's not just making people better investors or traders or better crypto people. It's making people better people in general, you know, trying to make someone a better person, because
mm.
this is a massive journey we're all on, and it's a fucking volatile one. So you got to try and help your fellow person, man.
Mm-hmm. 100%. If at the end of the day, someone joins this community and they make one friend out of it, like that to me is like enough. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you should be striving to make friends, and like it's just crazy. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I've never seen like it's just so easy to meet people these days online. It's like it's astronomical. Like, you think about it, like imagine like your parents or something like that. We're all roughly like in the same kind of like generation. Imagine your parents being like 20 or something, and then just like hanging out with someone in Berlin or America or London like every day. Like, it just didn't work. You know what I mean? But like the internet has just opened up like so many pathways and possibilities. It's kind of like, I don't know. It's awesome.
Yeah, but saying that, like it has, but saying that, there's still with crypto, you know, there's people who aren't good at making friends, just in general.
Mm,
Maybe
mm,
they're uh, shy, maybe they're a bit of introvert, um, and they get into crypto and they're excited by it and they want to meet like-minded people, but tribalism kind of stops that, because you're either in our project and we like you, or you're out of it and we don't like you, right?
mm, mm.
So for those people as well, I feel like opening with open arms, like, look, just embrace people, man. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter if you're an introvert, an extrovert, a veteran, a newbie. We're opening our arms and saying, look, come and collaborate, come be a
Mm.
part of something, because yeah, that's the world we live in now, you know.
Yeah, I
Uh,
agree. Yeah,
What
yeah, yeah.
about what about you, Ghost? What about you,
Of Miklosh.
Miklosh?
So are you asking me what I think about the roundtable?
Yeah, so kind
Mm.
of your perspective on it, I guess.
Yeah, I think it can be just summarized as a public commons for the network of networks.
Damn, Luke, we
Damn,
just
it's good.
spent we just
It's
spent
good.
10 minutes rambling, and then this motherfucker comes
Mm.
in and says it in about 10 words.
It was
Yeah, he's
eight.
good.
God damn,
It was even counts. Oh,
god
Yo,
damn.
yo. So yeah, just that's it's
that's it.
it's it's I think it's funny that you guys were saying about like tribalism, right? And how people can tend to like, like, oh, I like the color red. Oh no, no, you motherfucker. Yellow's the best color in the world, man. Like shit. Like just like it's like going off the rails. And it something about this like this medium, right? The voice, right? There's so
Mm,
much, it's so much more rich than just a text only
mm,
discussion. And it's like for a long time, I mean, the internet has been solely like text based, and I think the roundtable really wasn't possible before the advent of like these sort of voice oriented media platforms. I mean, Discord's been around since forever, but now like Twitter Spaces. What was it? Clubhouse. I mean, Clubhouse is probably going away, but so then also Telegram and their ability to have these live chats, like all that's been an absolute boon for not only expressing ideas but also reaching across, tables, right? I mean, like in this case, like the round table is as big as we want to make it, and we come together in this like this public forum and this agora, and we have ways in which we want to conduct ourselves, and we want to to act, but we don't really know necessarily what someone's going to bring to the table. And so
Mm.
yeah, and it all comes back to quant really for me, because again, that's the beginning ethos, like about like interoperability, and what that can bring when you bring all these different unique DLTs together. And we're doing this in the same way that we're doing it with people and communities, and seeing what cross pollination with with good intent, without malice, with benevolence, like what can that bring out, like through
Mm.
education, like that's the key. And the goal is to bring on people who are much smarter than all of us, and then for them just strut their stuff, and to show the way, and share what insight and what vision they have, and for people to digest and make decisions from there.
It's time to take a seat at the round table.
Hi, we used to be extremely poor. We used to be so poor, we had to eat cereal with a fork just so we could save the milk. But since I started listening to the Round Table, I now own a yacht in the beautiful country of Monaco with my 21-year-old girlfriend Patricia, who lets me eat gooseberries off her chest. Thank you, Round Table.
When my mother kicked me out the house, I had to sleep in my rusty ass sedan. But since I started listening to the round table, I now sleep and have parties in my limousine every night. And my mother ain't invited. Thanks, round table. Round table. It's time you invest in you.
Luke,
Yes.
talk to me about Michael Saylor.
Well, geez, look, I've got a differing opinion on him, like I've got respect for him because he's putting his balls out there, and in a big way, like in a way that really no one else is. Like it'll literally like ruin him if this like goes away. But at the same time, like you gotta have I feel like there's like a smart way about, like going about it, and like there's a clever way of going about it. And at this point, I feel like he's just like grabbing the leverage meter and just like dragging it. It's like 50 to 100x on like a futures platform or something like that. He's just going a little too hard. And like he came out recently that he bought, another $500 million or something at like $37,000 average price on Bitcoin. I mean, like, it's just, I don't know. For me personally, it's not a good entry. It's just like he just gets, he basically, I feel like he wakes up every morning thinking, how can I get more dollars to like market smash the button? And like, look, I get it. Like, I get his philosophy. His philosophy is like all in Bitcoin. It's for the long haul, like go to the moon and stuff. But like, I feel like there's also like a smart way to go about it. And like, for sure, he's a smart dude, and he's got his powers and his way of getting money and shit. But I don't know. I just every time he does something, I don't know, it kind of irks me a bit now. Like he's kind of tilting me. Anyway, that's just
So
what I was.
I actually, if I may, I have I was recently watching the Soromitsu Soromitsu Economic Forum,
Mm.
Sora Economic Forum. Richard Werner was speaking there. He's my favorite economist right now, and he talked about how like in Japan was the biggest asset bubble that the world has ever seen to this date. But I mean, we may be in a bigger one right now. But like
Mm.
leaving that aside, it was fueled by lending and central bank like lending in particular, that was solely focused about asset purchases.
Mm.
So
Right.
so uh, what Sailor is doing right now is like issuing debt, and like issuing equity raises, right? For which essentially is like a special form of debt in order to purchase an asset. In this case, it's Bitcoin, and that that's definitely pumping Bitcoin to some extent. But it's slightly different than leverage, because there's no based on the terms, there's no way for him to get liquidated, right?
Mm.
There's an obligation to his shareholders, which means that he has to act in their best interest. But that actually helps Bitcoin, doesn't hurt it. And so, in general, that's not doesn't take away from the Bitcoin ecosystem. But yeah, so he is setting a precedent for more than just balls to wall all in. This is like like taking out massive loans in order to achieve the highest amount of Bitcoin that he can possibly buy. And it
Mm,
is to such a degree that he's going to have to sell it at one point. And this is, that's only one part of the equation. Like the the cycle by which Bitcoin advances is like this weird dance of arbitrage between electricity price, like per Bitcoin price of electricity as well, and computation, and price of every individual coin. It's like almost like the bonds of Bitcoin itself, right? And and this like this weird dance, like the infrastructure has to catch up to where the demand side, which is the buying of Bitcoin, is has propelled it as well. And this is why we have boom and bust cycles, because it takes time for that to like build up over time. And yeah, so Michael Saylor, he's doing his best. He's trying to, like he's doing what a man can do. He's organized the Bitcoin Mining Council. You can actually hear it on Twitter Spaces if y'all are interested. They're keeping it open now, but it's nothing. It's all posturing, really. There's no fundamental investment into like Bitcoin mining operations or ASIC research. It's just all, as Luke was saying, like posturing and grandstanding, and it does strike as a little bit hollow sometimes, but like I don't know, like he may be it's to be determined whether or not his actions are going to hurt or help Bitcoin in the long run.
mm,
Yeah. I guess.
Everyone, as like what was it? Harvey Dent says, you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain, which
Mm,
Nicholas Nassim Taleb definitely has seen himself become right now, which is just crazy. What a heel turn.
mm,
yeah. Ultimate balls of steel. How
mm.
much like I think his average buy-in is 26 grand. Is that correct?
Yeah, but it also doesn't take in account like liquidity and stuff. That was bought over months. If he tried to exit that whole position now, it would probably push us well below that, in my opinion.
Mm. So
So you got
was
to
it
think
so
about that as well.
so was the agreement that they were buying directly from the miners? Was that the agreement that was in place?
No, I think he used a
Coinbase.
TWAP bot on
Okay.
Coinbase.
I wasn't sure where I heard that. That must have been incorrect then. I read that they had some weird agreement with miners, whereas they were basically saying, any Bitcoin that's being sold, come to us first, and we'll snap it right up out your hands. But I guess that's incorrect, right?
Mm, yeah, I don't think that. Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
No one
Guido
knows.
actually came. Guido came in our chat. Recently. Guido, he's the what is his official title? Community manager, like
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah,
for
community
Hathor.
manager of Hathor. Yeah.
Yeah, so a Hathor, if people don't know, it's a merge mine coin with SHA-256D, the hash, the mining algorithm for Bitcoin, and so yeah, Hathor has this new green mining program where they're trying to promote as much green mining as possible. And Guido had an interesting little tidbit where he said that freshly minted Bitcoins actually have a premium compared to Bitcoins from an exchange or from a P2P, uh, like acquisition. So that's very interesting. Having like miners mining Bitcoin, which have no history, is actually worth more than Bitcoin with a history. So we could be
Mm,
seeing like over time, especially as like central banks and governments are rolling out KYC programs and AML programs, and the rise of CDFI, the bridging of the centralized finance, the decentralized finance world. We could see this sort of um, Bitcoin becoming like pseudo fungible,
Mm.
like
right.
like
They call
you
them
know,
tainted Bitcoins, don't they?
yeah, and
Oh
it's a
no,
little bit of a psyop in my opinion,
Yeah.
but who knows really.
painted Bitcoins. That just sounds bad as well.
Yeah, well, it's
Exactly.
like Bitcoin's
Yeah.
that
That's
interacted
the
with like the
point.
black market
That's
or
the
whatever.
point.
Yeah. I don't want that
Like,
tainted bitcoins. Get your tainted bitcoins away from me.
yeah, but what if like let's say you like so right now like there's like a new mechanism where you can do atomic swaps, cross-chain swaps with Monero, right? And you get a
Mm.
Bitcoin that has been swapped through Monero into Bitcoin again. Like, is that like, and you don't know where it came from. Like, why would that like Bitcoin be worth any less? Like, you have $1 or $100 bill that's been used to like snort cocaine. There are traces of cocaine on it, but
Yeah.
the retailer is still going to accept it as if it's like $100 bill. It doesn't matter if there's like traces of cocaine on it. It's still $100 bill.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
an interesting point.
Yeah, I guess I don't really see how they become tainted. Why that really matters.
It's
Personally,
a mechanism of control. I mean,
okay.
that's mainly what it is.
Yeah, same thing with the miners. It's just like blatantly obvious at this point. They're trying to control or
Oh,
regulate
dude.
it at the
Oh,
source.
that's crazy,
That's a
dude.
whole nother discussion.
Dude, like half the mining power is gone. Like almost half.
Mm,
Like it's just straight up gone from China.
mm.
America, like I think this is a big geostrategic like mistake by China.
Yeah.
Unironically, I
I
thought
mean,
China was gonna like co-opt the hash rate, but instead of just eject it. But
is this not a huge opportunity for the US?
oh yeah, 100%.
Take control of the hash rate.
Hmm. I mean, Texas Governor Greg Abbott like signed a bill to encourage Bitcoin mining, and that's right after having a like disaster with our electricity grid.
Mm.
So
But these miners are just going to go elsewhere. There was a news article earlier today, and there was a publicly listed company in China, and they moved their operations to Kazakhstan. I think that was right.
yeah, hmm
Did you hear about this?
hmm and
But yeah,
Mongolia as well, and
that's the beauty of Bitcoin, right? And this mining could just move anywhere else. Anyone with open arms and say, "Come here, do it here." If China don't want it, we want it. But so is it? What was the actual? So I never. I'll be honest. I had a tiny break a few weeks back with a lot of this crypto stuff. Um, just life, recharge the batteries and that. What was the actual outcome of this? Why are all the miners being asked to leave now?
so I have that article pulled up by Nick Carter. So uh,
Actually,
not
boy.
to be confused with like any of the other Carters, like from the Backstreet Boys. But Nick Carter, he's a great he makes great content. Let me pull this up. Where is it? I had it up. It's on CoinDesk, and he gets into like he's got some like ears on the ground about like what happened, why the why the mining was banned, not only just in places where there's coal being consumed, but also even in like hydroelectric dams, which usually uh, so in essence, like China, like they've been expanding massively, like just unbelievably quick, ever since they embraced like more capitalistic approaches in 1980. And so their electricity grid they've built out in preparation for further growth, and they overbuilt out their capabilities. And so there was no like homogeneous, like smoothed out electricity production relative to like the demand. And so there'd be areas in which there's no one living there, but there's like orders of magnitude more electricity being produced than actually is being consumed. And so like it was just sitting there, like just going to waste. I think they call it curtailing. And so Bitcoin is like all about like because you can like once you make the ASIC, it can go anywhere, and all you need is like just the barest amount of like of bandwidth to really even keep your node synced once you downloaded the whole chain. And so like the biggest point of like competition here is cheap energy. And so when you have these giant pools of basically wasted energy, these power plants are looking to like sell it to anyone. And so these miners can emerge and soak up all that energy and just go to town with their mining rigs. And so I think there's like some instances of like, like with any power comes corruption, right? And bureaucracy in China is pretty notorious. And so there was several instances of like public figures cracking deals with Bitcoin miners and saying like, "Oh, we're gonna ban you if you don't like sign a deal with me." And it's like, so so it's like a point of like contention as well, where these public officials were getting like these what would you say, like under the table handouts, right?
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
so like the federal Chinese government's like, yeah, we can't have this anymore. And as well, you layer that onto the fact that they're trying to make a uh, central bank digital currency of the digital yuan. I think it's a DCEP.
Mm.
And so that's
Yeah. Well, there was a lot of reports that came out from that saying that it wasn't going too well. They trialed it in a few places. Was it Shenzhen? Is that correct?
Shenzhen, Sichuan. There's a whole bunch of places. It's just banned across the board. Like they really banned Bitcoin mining like
So
completely.
the FUD was real this time. The China FUD that actually came to fruition.
Well, yeah, and it's like they're not banning exchanges completely though, which is interesting.
Hmm.
Just the mining.
Mm.
I,
You'd think
I
it'd be the
I'm
opposite, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And like, think about it from their perspective. Like, why are they doing it? Right? Like, they don't like it because they like to have like capital control over their country. So, wouldn't you want the majority of hash rate to stay in the country and then block users from interacting with the ecosystem, not the other way around?
That's the
Because
way they
having
were
hash,
doing it first
mm,
for a long time. Yeah,
yeah, interesting, isn't it?
yeah, because Binance was Chinese and they had to leave.
Mm, mm.
I mean, it just doesn't really make sense to me. It doesn't like I don't understand the move. Like they were in
Read this
control.
article, dude. Read
Yeah,
this article.
if you could send that article, that'd be great.
It
Because
Yeah, I sent it to you, dude.
by Nick Carter, Backstreet Boy.
Backstreet Boy.
All right.
so,
Well,
s- yeah,
I was gonna
go
say,
ahead.
I think it's been, I think it's been almost been an hour on this, on the first, do we call it the inaugural? I don't know what they call it.
No,
The
pilot
the pilot. Well, not the
episode
pilot.
episode 0.
Episode 0. Episode 0 of the roundtable.
I think it would be good to quickly mention that we have so all of this is very much a work in progress. You know, if you've made it this far, great. It probably means that you're all in on the community aspect already. But this is very much a work in progress. We're still figuring a lot of stuff out. We have a lot of stuff in the pipeline. We have a bunch of ideas, and we really want to open this up in a big way. The roundtable idea it's not just the name. The roundtable idea that is very much central to everything we want to do here. So we have a lot of projects already agreed in the pipeline, ready to go. We're just trying to figure out the whole structure of this. But we have a lot of projects already willing to come on, do roundtables. And there's so many interesting ways that we can do this. You know, we might have a roundtable with a specific project where it's, us, the guys here, and we might have the CEO, the CTO, and someone else. And we might have a big roundtable discussion, really relaxed and really get into the meat and gravy of these projects. We might have the CEO of one project with the CEO of another project. We might have them have an interesting discussion with us as well. But there's so many cool things you can do with the round table structure where, it doesn't have to be project specific. We could have prominent community members where, say for example, Midas from Terra community who's knows everything about Terra. Maybe he comes on for a discussion. Maybe we have
Dude, that'd be sick.
yeah, maybe we have VH from Quant. She's absolutely killing it out there. Maybe she wants to come on and she has a unique perspective about Quant that the wider crypto space might want to know about, might want to understand more about the project. And
I would say she's our quant queen, to be honest.
she's an absolute badass, that girl.
Yeah.
But the structures is the core of it. There's so many cool things that we can branch off from it. and we already have a good pipeline, but over time we're just going to build it out in such cool ways. And you know, the community aspect is central to this. So we want to not only give you guys great content that you can watch whenever, we also want to do live streams and voice chats with the whole community, where the community could have a voice and have a say and join in with us directly, you know. And we want to have just fun, so we want to open this up to having roundtable gaming nights and roundtable poker nights, and just amazing, you know, whatever, guys. If you have suggestions, other cool things that we can do, let us know. You know where to find us. You know, Roundtable TG on Telegram, Roundtable round___ table on Twitter. We couldn't get a Roundtable for Twitter, so we had to do some funky stuff. So it's the round_3 table on Twitter, and on YouTube we're going to have Roundtable Crypto. A bit of a mess, but you know, you'll find the links wherever we put them. But the community aspect is very much central to everything we want to do here, and we just want to give you guys some really cool content, and hopefully you've enjoyed this. And this is kind of a taster of what we've been wanting to do for a while. You know, we all get on here, and we want you guys to be a part of it with us. So
first things first, everyone, thank you for watching. Obviously, this idea doesn't work without you guys. That's kind of the whole point. You know, we want you guys to tune in. We want you guys to listen, to join the Telegram room. You know, give us ideas. If it's for the gaming night, if it's for something like that, you know, please tune in. Give us a shout out. Talk to us. You know, we'll be in there whenever we can, really. But yeah, most of all, just thank you for tuning in. Thank you for giving us a chance. We're planning on doing hopefully at least one video a week. I'd like to do 2 if we can. But as we said, it's a work in progress. So we'll see how we flow, see how we get things going. But we've got so much ideas planned that really we shouldn't really be lacking in the content department. But
no.
Yeah, really just thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you all for listening, and expect great things to come, and also great engagement. So this whole thing is meant to be, again, a collaborative effort, a commons again for the network of networks, and I just really look forward to see what comes out of the woodwork and how it's just gonna be fun. So
Awesome. Okay.
Awesome.
I love you guys,
Love you too,
man.
and see you guys next time. Bye.
All right, see ya.
Catch you later. Bye.